Hi YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is SubTypeR and this is Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are currently on level 7 of the game and progressing nicely. We've just done a job from Nantes back to Swansea with a Scania 650R carrying farm machinery via Roscoff and Plymouth. That was a quite nice sailing across. We've explored 3.30% roads in the video, and we finished 9 deliveries. We own 1 garage, and total game time is 4 days, 16 hours. And we haven't connected this profile up to World of Trucks yet. Don't know if we're going to do that, but let's crack on and see what we've got. Currently, we are sitting in Swansea after that delivery of farm machinery. As you can see, we are running ProMods 2.25 and Track IR, and also using a Logitech G29 wheel, gear shift and pedals, as well as a Logitech G910 keyboard. The plan, I think, at the moment is to do a nice little job from Swansea to Manchester. Just a quick run up there, and that should position us for a nice little run then afterwards from Manchester down to Brest in France via Plymouth to Roscoff, and that should boost our funds from 149,000 to just over 170,000, hopefully. But we'll have a look and see. Progress so far, we're level 7 and we've got 5,935 XP. We've driven a distance of 2,891 miles and our rating is 2.5. So not bad. There we go, we're now classed as an enthusiast, and the Cotte Garant VTL is what we carried the last time to get us through to level 7. We've got about 1,000 and just under 1,000, 1,400 XP points again to level 8. We skilled up as well. We've now got a long distance rank 2. We're going to go back down through these and skill up as we go, and we'll go across to the world map, show you how much of the map we've actually covered. So there you go, this is what we've covered so far, all the way down into northern Spain, Andorra, France, and we're currently here in Swansea, good old Swansea, and let's see, we're going to have a quick look at this and see if we can get a job from Swansea up to Manchester. Let's see, click here, Swansea to Newcastle, Swansea to Felixstowe, Swansea to Brest. The one we want is this one, TNT in a Scania, I think it's a 380, only a little one, streamline, going from Swansea to Manchester. £5,518 will collect. It's a standard delivery of cookware sets, 18 ton, and then we get to Manchester. And when we get to Manchester, we're hopefully going to be in time for the helicopter from Manchester down to Brest, which will give another just under 15,000. Obviously, it is a fragile load and a high value one. So let me just go and do this then. So we click on Swansea, go to the second page, Swansea to Manchester, and take that job, and that should load the simulator up, and we should be in the Scania 380 streamline. Not a V8, just a 6-cylinder 380, nice little motor. Good for the economy and doing your standard hauls. It's 1:24 in the morning on Saturday. Let's have a quick look outside. There we go. We've got a Auto Trasporti Lilio trailer on the back. There she is. Started up. We'll put the lights on. There's my side lights. There's my headlights. There's my main beams. Forward flashers, make sure they're all working. See they are. Make sure the brake lights work. Yep. Relays work. Versus work. So all good with our lights. All good there. Make sure the horn works. Yep, horn works. Turn the flashers off. Jump back in the cab. And we're going to go out over to our left, I believe. Let's have a look. We may have to double back on ourselves. Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll double back on ourselves and come back out at the exit. Drop it into gear. Let's have a quick look around. Check our mirrors. And off we go. Come on, we'll left hand mirror. Let's return left. So Scania 380, 6-cylinder, come in various engine powers. Doesn't take a lot to take these from 380 to 420 by getting them mapped. I think you could even take the 6-cylinders up to over 500 horsepower. But if you're really going for sort of power like that, you might as well just buy a V8, and then they go from standard anywhere from 500 or 480 if you get an old 164, from 500 up to well over 750 horsepower. Low out, nice one for that, thank you. What a star. That's what you call respect. I was going to wait for them to go past, but they saw me waiting there and thought, oh, we'll let them out. Really good. There's a Pizza Hut deal for you. Any sliced pizza, $7.99. That's quite a good deal if you like your pizzas. You're looking over to your left, there's your repair garage. If you need to make repairs, got a hotel there as well. As you may have read on my or listened to my other videos, we've had major snowstorms today and tonight, so we've had a snow day. Should turn the headlights on, shouldn't I? So we've had a bit of a snow day. We're just getting fine. We're not running with our headlights on. His side lights are really bright. I thought they were on, but that's my own fault. I'll put mine up to that. So yeah, we've had some really big snowstorms. We had about 2 to 3 inches of snow last night and through today. So couldn't really get out of the estate where I live, couldn't get out. So I thought, well, we'll create a few more videos. And if you're having a snow day at home, or you're stuck at home doing whatever, either ill or you're watching these, hopefully it'll cheers you up a little bit. And I hope you stay nice and safe and warm. Coming down to the M4, we're going to be doing a left onto the M4 heading back towards England, and we'll go back over the Welsh Bridge that used to charge an arm and leg to cross it. Lights are on green, the junction is clean. Let's have a look. So I missed the first one. I'm going to dive through these. Oh, it's close. If I'd tried to stop there, I would have just ended up in a complete mess of load all over the back of the trailer, so we'll take that fine. But just goes to show you, it's realistic. I should have been preparing to stop them lights, because when you have a green light, the only colour you can go to next is one that makes you have to stop. So, yep, I should have been watching for that. So we're coming up a roundabout. Going right to the roundabout. Watch out for the police car. See if we can crawl up this roundabout and get them to change as we get there. Seaborne Group, another nice posh Jag XF. There we go, green lights. Hopefully he'll accelerate away. Watching the wagon on the inside. Bit of room. 484 west. He's coming round as well. 483, this is the one we want. Up to Manford and Llandilo. I would have thought he was just stayed on the M4 and then up the M6, but it's another little route. So there we go. Nice sky again, clear skies. Saturday 2:30 in the morning. We've got 225 miles to haul this load of cookware, 18 tons of cookware. For a 380, she's pulling well. So we prefer the V8, but take what we can get. I think the first vehicle we'll buy won't be a V8, as you usually find they're over 100,000 or well over 100,000, and I believe you have to be a level 15. But like I say, you buy a little one, start off with a little one, earn some money with that, get that paid off, trade it in, and look at getting a better one. There's a few people out there saying you should get the Volvo. I think the Volvos start at 360, 380 horsepower. So we're going to throw a right here. Suppose we could go around the loop if we wanted. But we'll throw a right and head up here. Industrial areas in Wales as we're driving past. See a farm place on the left hand side there. Lots of fuel in it, and we've got plenty of time on we're driving ours, so that should be good. Should be able to make this journey without too much hassle. Wouldn't imagine it being much of a long one with much of a speed there. Glad we're not facing the weather on here as we would be facing outside if we were out on the roads, and I can only hope my fellow colleague truck drivers are staying safe and keeping the shiny side up, as treacherous conditions and other motorists sometimes don't help, and it's often something who's not yourself that causes the problems. It's other people not being able to drive in, or not having the skill to be able to drive in really bad conditions. People tend to think that HGVs can sometimes stop on a sixpence, and they can't. They do push on, especially with weight on. Although I'd rather have weight on the vehicle if I was in bad weather than no weight on. It just gives you that little bit more traction through the water or the snow or the ice. Lots of little tricks and techniques you can use in an HGV that you haven't got in a car. One of them being diff locks. If one wheel is airborne and you're getting no traction, you can often just lock the differential, and the other wheel might just get you out of it. And if that doesn't work, what you can do is you can if you've got a 6x4 or a 6x2 with an axle lift, you can sometimes transfer the weight. Well, it's mainly 6x2s, so you can transfer the weight off the non-driven axle and give you a bit more weight on the driven axle if you've got a load on. That can often help as well, and tricks like that incorporated with the diff lock, or if you've got a 6x4 you normally got 2 diff locks, and you can cross the diffs, cross lock the differentials, and one way or another you can get moving again. Because if you get stuck with one of these, it tends to get expensive. Recovery companies and recovery agents come to pull you out. The one thing you should always make sure you're doing is driving on solid ground, because some loads, some cargoes are quite highly centres of gravity, which cause it, if you go into a ditch or you go into a soft bit of ground, you can sink that wheel and possibly turn it over, as we nearly did on the trip from Bilbao to Nantes when we caught that escape lane edge. He must be in a bit of a hurry. See him go past. He's obviously in more of a hurry than me. There's a big double-decker coach going the other way. We've got vehicles behind. I say it still pulls well for a V8. Sorry, for a 380. Even though we've only got the 18 ton on. When I worked at one of the big haulage companies, we used to have 420 Scanias and 460 Volvos, and to be honest there wasn't a lot of difference between them. The one vehicle I definitely didn't like was the 410 horsepower DAF with a full automatic. It's quite a nice driver, quite a nice bunk, quite a nice cab, but the reverse, the auto reverse was on or off. There was very little modulation in the actual accelerator, so if you were reversing onto a trailer, you'd either hit it with a fair old jolt at the back, or you'd end up not hitting it hard enough and not engaging the fifth wheel, or dropping the pin. The one thing I'd always suggest, if you ever do get a chance to drive these and you're a new driver, there's a lot of old drivers will tell you, when you reverse under a trailer, first thing you should do when you go under a trailer, well, before you go under the trailer, is make sure the trailer's at the right height. The last thing you want to do is slide under that pin and bang the back of your cab on the trailer and damaging your cab and the trailer. The second thing you should do is make sure the trailer has handbrakes on and the legs are firmly down. And the third thing you should do is make sure you've got the right trailer. There's nothing worse than picking the wrong trailer up, realising everything you've just done, you've got to start again. Most trailers have got reference numbers on them. When you go into your transport office, they'll tell you which reference number, which trailer you got. The other thing I used to like to do was open the back up if you could, if it wasn't sealed, and have a quick glance in, make sure it's been loaded properly, make sure it's loaded in the right way and it's not going to be a danger to you or any of the road users, and all your loads secure. Because once you've got that trailer on the back, everything on the back of that trailer, including your load, is your responsibility. And if it falls over, or if it busts through a curtain and it hurts somebody or falls off, that's all down to you, no matter who loaded it. So I used to always like to have a look. And like I was saying, the first thing you would do if you were pulling under a trailer is, once you've heard the pin lock, or you can hear the solid clunk, I would tend to put it in drive or put it in first or second and try pulling away. And if it stopped, you just give it a couple of quick tugs forward just to make sure that fifth wheel and that pin's locked in properly. And then what you would do is you would basically just put the handbrake on, let it roll back a little bit, put the handbrake on, and then go and make sure your trailer handbrake's still on, and then start connecting up all your lines. So you connect up your air lines, your emergency line, and your lights. I would then probably lift the trailer legs and take the handbrake off the trailer, and then have a good walk around, checking all the lights are working, checking all the condition of the tyres, checking for any air leaks. So you have a good old listen to make sure there's no air leaks on it, and from that point you'd be generally good to go. Drop the trailer, generally a reversal of what you've just done. So you park the trailer where you want, handbrake on in your cab, make sure it's out of gear, jump out of your cab, walk around the trailer, make sure it's all good, make sure there's no extra damage being caused, all the lights are good, make sure your tyres are still good on it, there's no damage to them. Put the handbrake on the trailer, make sure that's on firmly, and then you drop the trailer legs until they're on the floor and firm, and take the clip out the fifth wheel pin, pull the pin, and after disconnecting all the lights and air hoses and emergency air hoses, and drive off. And that would be it. One thing you've got to be careful of when you're driving off is that the back of the very back wheel arches and mud guards on your cab unit, after the weight of the trailer being on the suspension, don't spring up and smash your mud guards. So what I would do is I'd slowly ease forward just to the point where I could feel it was disconnected, and then press the button on the air suspension, drop the air out the back of the rear axles, and pull off nice and smooth. Not risk breaking the rear mud guards or the very back of the truck. Some of these modern trucks or some of the custom trucks are all painted and carefully looked after. So yeah, you've got to treat them as if they're your own. And then, you know, again, the one thing that some drivers forget, and it's easy enough done, is you've got to remember to go and get your registration plate off the back of the trailer, so that you can move it onto the next trailer and be fully legal. That's generally the procedure we used to follow. Generally be on about maybe 2 trailers a day. If we were really unlucky, maybe 3 or 4. So there we go, coming up the English border. Welcome to England, and so it's out of Wales now. We've got about 109 miles to run up towards Manchester. Looking like it's going to take 2.5 hours. And just be careful through here for the roadworks. Chances are I've got speed cameras on. Like I've seen in the last video, not many people working in British roadworks. When they do, they get the job done. They get it done quite well. Oh, we're quite good with the lights. Yeah, let's go for it. As you can see, nobody there. You should always slow down when you're going through roadworks, because there was people working in them. You've got families to go home to as well, and must be one of the most frightening and dangerous jobs you can possibly do, working in a set of roadworks, as you got these 44-ton monsters who are running past you at 60 or 56, 60 mile an hour, and then cars going past at similar sort of speeds. One mistake from us, one mistake from a car, could put us in, could put a road worker into a world of trouble. And to be honest, they deserve to be able to get home to their family safely as well, even if they do cause for headaches and nightmares. So there we go, coming up towards the M53, Manchester Liverpool, straight on. This bus has been itching to get past me. I'll let him get past. Generally I like to, if somebody's accelerating past me, I like to try and give them a break and let them past. Flash them in. Nothing worse, as most motorists will understand, as 2 wagons sitting alongside each other on a dual carriageway, nobody getting past because they're both flat against the limiters at 56 mile an hour. It's pretty infuriating, pretty annoying, and sometimes all that annoyance and impatience gets taken out on somebody further down the road and ends up in being either an accident or a road rage incident. And yeah, worst case scenario is people that don't get home back to their loved ones. And that's the whole point of this job, not only moving things from place to place so people can have it in their homes or have needed supplies, but also to get home safely. I don't think you'll ever see an HGV driver or a professional driver not want to get home to his family or his loved ones. instead of looking at all these big machines and vehicles as machines, you got to remember there's a person inside that driving it. For how long? I don't know, because they're now talking about automated, fully automatic HGVs, driverless HGVs. I believe Tesla's launching one quite soon. Volvo's talking about bringing one out quite soon. Obviously with Volvo's safety records and their whole campaign on road safety and their philosophy for road safety, it's going to be some bit of kit when it does come out. Whether it'll improve the roads, I don't know, but it's going to certainly take a lot of the human element away from driving. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. I'll leave that up for you to decide. I don't think I would be able to trust myself in a vehicle which was being completely controlled by a robot or whatever system, or if it was controlling itself. So if we were going off to Chester, we would basically go left here. That Volvo's come all the way around when he's gone round again. Some boy that. These are the things that you got to wonder whether a machine, driverless HGV, would be able to handle. Whether it would be able to handle silly manoeuvres made by other motorists, or whether it would just fall over and crash into them. So there we go, Runcorn, Warrington, Manchester, M56. If we went off left there, we'd go up towards Warrington. Big distribution centres up there. That's quite accurate. Next week, work have got me based in central London. Not really looking forward to that. Don't like the big smoke for parking and driving in. Don't mind the people in the work. It's just the governments and the councils don't seem to like vehicles in their big cities, which is, I suppose, in London is understandable, but it's a necessity. But it's a necessity that they won't give allowances for. So the last person I spoke to about parking in London for his car, he was quoting £120 per day for parking. That's a lot of pounds. Hopefully the parking for myself won't be that bad. Be even better if I didn't need a vehicle and we could literally just go down by train and use public transport. And it's the easiest way and best way in London. But I think I'll be carrying PCs and bits of kit round. We'll be going left off here, turn towards the M62, Leeds and Bolton. Very funny comedian from Bolton called Peter Kay. He's really funny guy. If you ever get a chance to see any of his videos, I would highly recommend it. He does some really good funny sketches, got some really good funny videos out, so I would recommend that. So I imagine the next job, which we're hoping to pick up, is the one from Manchester down to Brest in France, and I believe it's a helicopter, which I imagine we'll be picking up from Manchester Airport. So this is what annoys a lot of drivers. This guy seeing me on the main road, I'm progressing on, he wants to accelerate as well, but instead of just holding back a little bit, he's carried on up the inside. That's one of Manshit's recoveries. It looks like he was well in. I'm sure we've seen that before in one of the other previous videos. We're going to go off this junction here towards Stockport and Manchester. And this was a place I used to come off quite a bit, as we had a distribution yard in Stockport. I've had many a overnight in a cab in Stockport. A couple of times just parked up out the back of the police station, or very close to the police station in Stockport. Don't know if it's still allowed, might be, but for a long time Fowler Welch had, I wonder if that's my load going to Brest. Fowler Welch had a yard there, and we used to park up just out the back of the police station for our load in the morning. We'll just ease it off and drop in behind. The car lets me in. Nope, not going to. Oh, there's appreciated. So we just get away from these lights a little bit quicker then. This is typical British drivers. They can see you want to be in, but they won't let you in or in now. Ian here's haulage. Cheers, dude. Thank you very much for not letting me in. Now we're back up to Manchester. Left to the junction. Nice city, Manchester. Really, really is nice city. If you ever get a chance to visit it, go and visit it. If you get a chance to visit Newcastle, come and visit Newcastle as well. It's you'll be surprised at how nice it is, and a friendly bunch of people as well. Scania workshop on the left. Over to the right here. There's a Citra depot. They do chemicals and all sorts of tankers and cargoes. I believe they're quite a big haul, yeah. Specialist trailers. Oh, thank you, Mr. BMW. So these are the idiots you kind of got to deal with. We're going to be parking up on that space over there on our right. So we'll just drive in. Spin it round. So we always put the parking space in on the driver's side. So while we get on with this, come back over our shoulder. Might not be doing too bad here. Anybody think I've done it before? So, handbrake on, out of gear, engine off, and then we just drop the legs and you should hear Legs dropping. There's the cables undone. There you go. Excellent job. 246 miles from Swansea Abattoir to Manchester. Time taken 7 hours and 24 minutes. Fuel consumed 175 litres, or over 175 litres, and we've earned £5,023, 495 proficiency bonus, and it gives you a total of £5,518, and experience 396 experience points for base reward, 40 more points for parking the trailer, which was quite easy, 436 points in total, taking us to 6,371 XP points. We've got just under 1,000 more experience points to get, which hopefully we'll get on the next load. But at that, this video was taken just over just over 36 minutes. We'll call it a day there, and we'll hopefully make the next video from Manchester down to Brest with a helicopter on the back of a Mercedes, and hope you join me then. My name is Subtype R, and this is Euro Truck Simulator 2, and I really hope you're enjoying this. If you do, please like, share and subscribe, and if you've got any comments, any suggestions, or you live in any of these areas, put a mention in the comment box. I will get back to all the people that leave comments, and thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening, stay safe, and God bless.